Minor disclaimer before you watch this video. The footage that you're about to see has been recorded prior to patch 2. And if you notice anything different in this video compared to what you have been seeing lately, that's because the footage of 2K26 has been recorded before patch 2 came out and during season 1. I finally chose a shoe deal for my endorsements, just showing you a brief look at all of the accomplishments I completed for each notification. I completed 1 for the Passion Project, and I completed 2 for State Farm. And I'll show you the shoe deal that I chose. I chose Converse for this year. Last year I chose New Balance, and 2 years ago I chose Adidas. Now I'm going with something completely different. Next game was against the Orlando Magic, another great defensive team. We played 2 elite defenses back to back, and my goal for this game was to take care of the ball much better. I get the first rebound of the game, pushing the pace as always. This leads to Keyshawn George wide open for 3. There are times where I would call Keyshawn Kaishawn because of the spelling, but eventually after a few games I started to get the hang of the real pronunciation, and I was also off to a slow start. I am getting my floaters blocked by Goga Bitadze, and it caused me to go panic mode because I just gave Alex Sarr a moving screen. That was kinda on me because I was just being too impatient. Tried to go post up with Milton, he passes it to Keyshawn George wide open for 3. It's not only Alex Sarr that I'm going to exploit the mismatches with in the post. It's going to be Chris Milton at times when he has the small guard on him. You've seen Chris Milton play, especially back in his days with the Milwaukee Bucks. He's a good post player in his own right. He can do post fadeaways. And if you watch some of my earlier videos, he's been making a lot of post hook shots, which is also an efficient shot in his own right. And I almost got another layup blocked by Goga, getting bailed out with the foul. I was really off to a slow start. I am getting a lot of my layups blocked. Goga tries to get another pick and roll layup, and this time it got contested. He was getting a lot of open layups in this game, and it was so annoying, and it gave me a new defensive strategy. Every time the ball handler tries to pass it to the roller, I have to go for the steal immediately after that just to prevent the score, because my teammates keep on leaving the roller open for some reason. I don't know if it's a flaw in the defensive system of 2K, or I don't know. Onto a fast break again. You saw Alex Sarr score the fast break. Keyshawn George scores on the fast break as well. He has been running the break a lot this season. And my start was really that slow. I couldn't even get past Jalen Suggs, and I turned it over trying to pass it to Keyshawn George. I don't even know what's up with that animation. Got subbed out after this, and I enter again, tied at 22 at the start of the second quarter. And I'm going to show you in this clip the change I noticed in the quick play section. I tried to call for a quick isolation for Bob Carrington because he has Wendell Carter on him. They don't have it in the quick play section anymore. When you don't have the ball, they replaced it with quick pick and roll. So after this game, I was thinking, why did 2K make that change? Because it has been one of my favorite things in 2K in the past. I get the steal from the outlet pass, and when I go for a quick play, when I have the ball, I have the quick isolation. And I called for it as well to get past Mo Wagner because that was a huge mismatch right there speed-wise. We were trying to stop the Magic on the fast break. Anthony Black has the height advantage on me. Get the rebound, that's my 3rd of the game. And I tried to push the pace again, only get stopped by Jalen Suggs. I'm thinking of making a tutorial one of these days as to why pushing the pace is a very effective source of offense after a rebound. We had Keyshawn George initiate the pick and roll. Mo Wagner gets called for a blocking foul, and Alex Sarr gets a block. He's going to be our defensive player of the year one of these days. And I had to reset it. Wanted to pay him back for that highlight. I don't want to waste it, so I called for a pick and roll to give him the alley-oop. I'm really looking forward to see how he has progressed since the end of last season, especially after the Eurobasket games with France. Got my 4th rebound, tried to push the pace yet again, and I got Mo Wagner on me again, so I called for another quick isolation, and I got him leading on an ankle breaker, and I decided to do a skill dunk reverse. Wendell Carter Jr. could not block that. And that was a sign I was already getting the rhythm that I desperately needed in this game. I was off to a slow start, and now I'm getting on fire. Fighting a way through the Magic's defense. Getting a screen from Chris Middleton. I was guarded by Franz Wagner. Read the defense correctly, doing a step back jumper because Desmond Bain was playing drop defense right there. And on the next possession, we get another stop. I'm trying to push the pace again. Keyshawn George is always coming to the basket. He just faked Mo Wagner out. We were making Mo Wagner look silly in this game. I have Tyus Jones on me. Wanted to isolate him as well, doing a step back, a size up, another step back, crossover, a spin layup to end the possession. That is a great series of combos right there. Learning all I can from Kevin Cruz. Shout out to him. If you want to know how to combo everything to get the sauce, go watch his videos. He's going to teach you a lot. And I foresaw that play where they were trying to go for the double screen. I get the steal because they passed it to Tyus Jones, and Bilal just goes around the basket to get past Franz. We were playing very well. We were up by double digits. I tried to go for the steal, and they gave me this animation that I had never seen before. It activated the glove, and now Marvin Bagley is running down the fast break. And if you see Jalen Suggs, he tried to steal that. Look at how high he had to jump just to try and steal the alley-oop pass right there. The Magic were continuing to have a hard time. I got another rebound. That was my fifth. You know I'm going to push the pace, and I see Marvin Bagley running down the fast break yet again. If it's not Alex Sari running down the floor, it's Marvin Bagley. And with 34 seconds left into the second quarter, I wanted to go for a 2-for-1. Running to the basket immediately after the inbound, Corey Kispert makes the three. That was a successful 2-for-1 right there. Up by 16, that was the biggest lead we had, I believe, all season long. It's only our 5th game, so it's still early to tell. And I saw that pick and roll layup coming from a mile away. I stopped Goga because he was going to take a layup if I didn't stop him. I don't know why. My teammates keep on leaving him wide open for the pick and roll. Tried to shoot half court at the buzzer, and I don't make it, but we were still up by 16 at halftime, our biggest halftime lead this season. And I don't know what got into Alex Sarr these last 2 games. That's the second fake handoff that he did, and he succeeded on that one as well. Goga Bitadze was just too slow to keep up. It's really a luxury to be teammates with centers that are really fast, because most of the centers in the NBA, they don't really run that fast. I also forgot to mention, the Magic were without Paolo Banchero that game. That's why they were stroking a lot of offense. I got another rebound, that's my 6th. And as always, after my rebound, it's push the pace. Keyshawn George wide open for 3. That's a good look, I don't mind the miss, but that's a great look because I created it with the fast break opportunity. After my 7th rebound, it's always push the pace. See Keyshawn George coming to the basket of fast break. He gets an N1 out of it. It's a very effective source of offense. I'm surprised I don't see a lot of YouTubers do that strat a lot. And as usual, I try to steal that pick and roll pass, and then Goga gets yet another one. And this clip is such good ball movement right there. I tried to set the screen, it failed, but I was wide open. That was great off-ball movement right there because nobody saw that one coming. Tried to defend Tyus Jones in the backcourt like he's a superstar. Tried to do this a lot because that's a way to tire out the ball handlers. And speaking of ball handlers, Goga is open in the role yet again. Franz Wagner makes a great read. And you know, when Bob Carrington's in the game, I'm going to run a lot of plays for him. Try to call for a double pick and roll for him. He passes it to Alex Sarr. That is a great read by him. I'm trying to get him to develop as a ball handler, whether it's playmaking or scoring, because I see the potential in him. He can be a great scorer in this league. He could potentially be a top 20 scorer in this league. Tried to do another double pick and roll. This time I'm one of the screeners. Picking the pull mid-range. He missed it. That's a good look, but it's not all bad because Alex Sarr got the offensive rebound, giving us the second chance points. Got subbed out by the end of the 3rd quarter, and I don't know what happened because the game is closer all of a sudden. We're up by 10 now in the 4th quarter. At the start of the 4th quarter at least, because I don't know how the bench just couldn't hold on to it. especially when in the last game, they were the reason why we won against the Thunder. Tried to run that cut play for Keyshawn George. Turns out that he's not an alley-oop threat compared to Bilal Coulibaly and Alex Sarr. So I turned it over instead. I did do a much better job taking care of the ball this game. I wasn't as erratic compared to the Thunder game. But in all fairness, the Thunder are known for forcing a lot of turnovers. They lead the league in deflections, in steals, in opponent turnovers per game. I got Wendell Carter Jr. me. I know he can't defend me, just like Mo Wagner could defend my Shea escape crossover. I recommend you equip the Shea Gilgeous-Alexander combo moves because these are some of the best in the game. I've been getting past my matchups with ease with that crossover specifically. Franz Wagner got an open dunk, but in this game he's been struggling. He wasn't able to make a lot of shots. I assigned Bilal to guard him because Paolo is out. But even with Paolo in the game, I still would have put Bilal and Franz because Keyshawn George can play very good defense as well. I thought of alley-ooping it to Alex Sarr, but Carter was in deep drop position, so I should have taken a floater. That was a bad read by me. I have to learn to make better reads. Even though I've been doing a lot of playmaking, Jalen Suggs dribbled it off my foot, so Alex Sarr got an easy layup. That was my 4th steal of the game. That was the most steals I've had in a game this season, and they leave me wide open. They tried to go under the down screen, it just didn't work, leaving me open. And I was too excited. I had the GOAT skills. I wanted to do the step back jumper with the rhythm shooting. Patch 2 really nerfed the rhythm shooting to the ground, and that's to counter all of the players cheesing with the fadeaways. And there have been a lot of complaints from the community about how easy tempo shooting is because the rhythm shooting has been a big shooting boost compared to the buttons. I do shoot a lot with the shot button, but I mostly use the rhythm shooting when I shoot the step back jumpers. Alex Sarr gets a block on Goga. That's my 10th rebound. That means that's my first triple-double of my career. And I celebrated it by passing it to Keyshawn George, who then dunks it on the fast break. And that block by Alex Sarr, that is revenge from earlier in this game because he got blocked by Goga. Now Alex Sarr returned the favor. And with 7 seconds left on the shot clock, tried to back down Tyus Jones. I do a post fadeaway. I haven't shot a post shot before, but that was the first post shot I have taken ever in this series. Though I do remember shooting some of them, a few of them actually in 2K25. I used the same animation, the De'Aaron Fox. It's been my favorite post fadeaway animations ever since I equipped it last game. Tried to post up Chris Middleton, and I don't know what's up with these bounce passes. That was the same problem that I've been having sometimes in 2K games. Whenever I would try to bounce pass it to the post, it would bounce off the opponent's leg, which greatly frustrates you because you don't want to waste a lot of time. You want to give your teammate an easier opportunity to make a move in the post, and that way wouldn't give them too much pressure to make it because of the shot clock winding down. And I was also frustrated that Goga has been getting a lot of those open pick and roll dunks. He does fall asleep on the other end, giving Alex Sarr an open layup. Though the pick and rolls didn't really matter because the Magic only have 78 points. And that has been a reoccurring problem for them in real life, especially the last 2 years. Because they have elite defense, and when the time comes that their offensive problems have been fixed, they can be championship contenders. And I have been using a lot of garbage time to try and get Bob Carrington to get into rhythm and to find which plays work. I am going to do a lot of experiment throughout the season, rotations, the plays, because everybody on the roster deserves an opportunity. They didn't get drafted to the NBA for no reason. They're all professionals, and they all deserve an opportunity to show why they belong in this league. In addition, this will also be beneficial come playoff time because you're going to find what matchup works, what matchup doesn't work. And when you get into the postseason, the rotations are going to be much shorter. And if you do those experiments way too late into the season, you're going to have a hard time trying to polish a lot of these things that you're experimenting with, whether it's a bigger offensive role, a bigger defensive role, more catch and shoot opportunities, more playmaking opportunities, more opportunities as a ball handler, especially at the pick and roll. And I alley-oop into Alex Sarr at the end of the game, exclamation point. He dunks it over Jonathan Isaac. That's an alley-oop poster. And that's going to be the first of many alley-oop posters you're going to see throughout the entirety of this myCareer series. It's only a question whether it would surpass the likes of Bam Adebayo and John Collins, because these two really set the standard for me when it comes to being alley-oop targets. And on this team, I have two valuable alley-oop targets. The other one is Bilal Coulibaly. He's also a high flyer as well. And with Dynasty badges returning, this team is going to reach new heights yet again, just like what happened when I played with Utah last season. We get the win. We won by 22 points, our biggest win all season long. I had 22 points. That's my triple-double, 12 and 19. I could have had 20 assists as well, 4 steals, only 3 turnovers. Alex Sarr also had a 22-point game. Keyshawn George had 18 points. That was his best game of the season so far, 7 of 10. Jalen Suggs was their leading scorer as well, 19 points. Goga had 16. Franz Wagner only had 9 points, 4 of 14. We really shut him down that game. And though we got our biggest win of the season, we still need to make improvements on our offense. We only scored 100, and we wanted to go for more. But the playoffs will be different. And the last one that I took is also another jump shot. It's a perfect release. 5 out of 5.
See? I can't miss. I'll be posting some clips after tonight's game, so make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah.